Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Latin America show. Don't laugh with me that well. It was unmute my microphone. So welcome everyone. Welcome to another chapter of the Latin America show. We're very happy to be here tonight. Of course, we have prepared, as always, a fantastic show for all of you. We're going to have a lot of music. We're going to talk about art. We're going to talk about photography and a lot of different things. And basically, we were not planning, but it's going to be a program around women. So, well, as we're going to have all our guests, they are women. So, well, first of all, I would like to ask you to share this video with all the friends that you have. It's very easy, and also it's very useful because, well, in this way you can support all the people that we are engaged with the Latin American culture, but also all the artists, all the people that they are presenting here. They will have the opportunity to be exposed with more people because, well, you are going to support them. And as we have talked before, it's time to support each other. Difficult times for everyone, but, well, also you are going to enjoy tonight. And of course, well, I would like to ask you to follow us in all our social networks. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's very easy to find us. It's the Latin America Show. If you subscribe to YouTube, please don't forget to put the bell that is there in order that you know every time that we're uploading a new video. So, as I said before, well, I'm going to tell you who are going to be. I think so. Roger is not going to disclose anything. No. Okay. So, well, it's okay. So, let's say hello to mis amigos, my friends, Roger Alarcon.
Hello, good evening. Hola, buenas noches. How are you, everyone? Tonight is going to be like an amazing program. Yes, a lot of successful women around in this program. And don't worry about the news. Don't worry about the weather, which is raining outside, by the way. And we have an amazing things, but I cannot start the program without mention one Latin American. If I can, before Whitney starts, a Latin American is doing something nice for the NHS. Humble Spoon is doing. She's obviously is another person who's working, and she's got a great idea. She is doing buy a treat for the NHS staff. I mean, instead of clapping, we can treat them, and we can help someone buying this stuff. So if you want to know everything about all these treats for the heroes, treats for the NHS, just visit her page, humblespoonlondon.com, and then you can see over there, you can buy some boxes with little treats, which are amazing sweets where I recommend. And please don't don't forget about this.
Thank you very much, my dear Royer. Actually, Ana Velasquez, she's going to be with us next show. I'm just like spoiling myself now. And it's like, well, she's going to be in our next show. She's a fantastic chef. So don't miss it because we're going to talk actually about a tradition that is quite important for the Latinos and mainly for the Mexicans. But well, we're going to talk about it. And on the other side, we have Whitney Nuchereno.
Hello, everyone. Hello from the USA. It's actually snowing here, so it's pretty cool. A little different than London. And yeah, I'm just excited to get started tonight. So yeah, let's just do that.
Okay, that was quick. Yeah, actually, it was like snow in last Sunday. Was
I saw, yeah.
Yeah, so it was quite beautiful here in London also. And
Yeah. The weather was nice. The weather was nice. He says, "Okay, I'm gonna leave a little bit of snow in London just for one day."
That was good. Yeah, so for a couple of hours actually, but yeah. And well, of course, I would like to say thank you to all the audience that we have, all the people that they are here: Abhijit, Gary, Dancy, Nahida, Ainoa, Lily, Annalise, and all the people that they are here. Thank you very much for letting us that you are here. And of course, please share your comments also with us in order that we know where you are, what are you doing, etc. Or also let us know what do you want to watch in this program, because also this program we're doing it in order that, well, you fall in love Latin America, but also if you have friends or if you are Latino that you are doing something interesting that maybe you want to share to the audience, please let us know. Send us a message to the Latin America Show here on Facebook. And actually, it's like I just want to remind you that, well, we have a challenge, and we have a challenge about dancing. Everybody's invited, men, children, women. You can participate. If you can post your picture, your video, just following the steps that we have there. We have a video that what they are teaching you how to dance this Peruvian dance, and we are doing it with our friends from Art Peru. So well, and remember, they are going to be extraordinary prizes. So well, it's like you have time, upload your video, ask your friends to give a like to the Latin America Facebook page, and also to give a like to your video, because remember that the 10 that they have more votes, they will be here on the show, and they will, and you, the audience, will vote who will be the winner. So remember, you're going to have dinners for 2 people in IU. That is a Peruvian and Japanese, is a takeaway, Peruvian and Japanese cuisine. Also a virtual master class of ceviche and another recipe that is going to be part of IU also. So don't miss it. And also the natural products, they are going to provide you a kit and a virtual session in order that you know how to use their products. And this price is applicable for people that they are based in the UK, US, and Colombia. And also we have our friends from El Recreo that they are providing 2 Spanish classes for children. So it depends, it's up to 11 years. And also, well, one of the things that, well, is like they are going to provide you the material according to the age of your child. And also, in order to engage these children to participate in this challenge, we're going to have a voucher of £25 on Amazon. So, well, in order that they can buy something and they will have an extraordinary time. But I think so it's time to go with Whitney Nuchereno.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. I'm just going to throw my background up here, and we're going to start with a little making Spanish simple. So, okay. The last few weeks, the segments have been focused a little bit more on the countries, the accents, and the themes. And I think the next few weeks, it's important that we start back with some of the beginning Spanish for at least just the first part of my segment. And the goal is to build like strong enough foundation so that you can eventually navigate a Spanish speaking country in the target language. So we're going to review something that we talked a couple months ago, numbers. And just to like explain my thought process. So when I start teaching Spanish to beginners, I always start with smaller words and then build up to things like greetings, because it's just much easier that way, pronunciation and whatnot. Because not only are the words shorter, but they're easier to pronounce and write. So today we're going to focus on numbers 1 through 20 and days of the week. And then, you know, after that, I like to go up to numbers 30, telling the date, then the time, things like that. So it's just building. And before I get into that, I just want to go over some of the vowels one more time, because unlike some other Romance languages like French or even at times Portuguese, the vowels in Spanish are always pronounced the same. And this makes it much easier, to learn. So the vowels are the following. It's up there. Las 5 vocales son A, E, I, O, U. And this can be a little tricky because the letter E and I are pronounced so differently when we say them in English, which can sometimes be confusing to English speakers. So I'm just going to go over them again. It's A, E, I, O, U. Okay. So using these sounds, we're just going to review the numbers 1 through 10. And then 10 through 20. So here they are. And again, numbers are important. We use them for dates and phone numbers and room numbers. So we use them all the time. And so they're very important to know. So we're going to start with them. It's just right up there. I can never get the direction right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, y 10. So we're going to go over them one more time, okay? And you can repeat at home after me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, y 10. Okay, so similar to these numbers, you from like middle of the screen in that picture, you can see the numbers 11 through 20, which some of them are similar. So we're going to go over those. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so just a couple of observations. Numbers 11 and 15 are newer words, like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But numbers 16 to 19 are the numbers 10 plus the number. So like, for example, 16 is 10 and 6. Okay, 17 is like 10 and 7, etc. And then once you get to 20, it's a new word. So, and also they can be written like 10 and the letter E and the number as well. So, because E means and. So it's just going over them again. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, con acento, 17, 18, 19, y 20. Okay. And next week, again, we'll go up to 30 and talk about months. And then I always combine them on how to say the date with my kids. So like I said, these numbers are important for a bunch of reasons, making reservations, bookings for your next tourist expedition. And so are the days of the week for that matter. So we're just going to quickly go over those. Los días de la semana. A lot of the time, and I want to talk about los días, a lot of the time when words end in A, we just assume that it's las, but not in a few cases. And one of them is los días de la semana. You might remember when we did beginnings, if some of you have been following us from the very beginning, we talked about buenos días. So that's not an error. It's actually, whoops, sorry about that. It's actually, masculine. So here are the days of the weeks. They're all in caps here, but they're actually not capitalized the first letter unless they start off a sentence, which they rarely do because you normally have an article. So in English, Monday has a capital M, but normally the days of the weeks do not. So in Spanish. So here they are from Monday to Sunday. Lunes, and you can repeat after me. Lunes is Monday. Martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, acento, domingo. So we're going Monday through Sunday. So again, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. And it says right here, el fin de semana, that means the end of the week. So la semana, los días de la semana are days of the week. So la semana is week. And then el fin de semana is the end of the week, or as we say in English, the weekend. So we're, now that we've said them twice, you have this as a guide for at home. If you could want to play this over and practice them at home, feel free. And that's it for some basic Spanish for today. The second half is going to be slang, so there'll be something new for everyone to learn. So that's it for the first half of Making Spanish Simple.
Excellent, my dear Whitney. That's fantastic. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado y domingo. You're a very good teacher.
Now you're going off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I totally taught you that. You had no idea.
You are very good. Yes.
Thank
It
you.
was very easy to learn. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, of course.
Yeah, we have to instill some confidence first.
No, that's fantastic. So, well, thank you very much, Whitney. And well, thank you all the people that they are connecting with us. So, well, Lily Martinez as well, she's in Mexico. And actually, well, it could be a good challenge, Whitney, because, well, tonight, as I said before, we're going to have music and we're just going to talk and we're going to have here an interview with one fantastic group, fantastic band, and it's Las Caramba. Well, it is a multicultural mix between different countries in Latin America and Spain. And it's a band whose style fused ballrooms such as son, cha-cha-cha, salsa, or timba with rap and urban music to create a new, special, and contagious and powerful color. So you will enjoy it. And also, Whitney, as you know, our guests, they are from Venezuela, Panama, Argentina, and Spain. So it could be a good challenge for you to put all this slang together.
I actually,
of course, no.
I did that from most of those countries, not Spain, because we're more focused on Latin American Spanish, but I did actually draw from many of the countries that the band made.
Oh God, so well, you had it already.
Yes, okay. We're gonna have good slang.
Well, anyway, as we said before, it's like, let's go directly to this video with Las Caramba. Over to you, Roger.
Han llegado las Caramba. La próxima secreta, la que estabas esperando, mira, la cura de la abuela. Alegría para el cuerpo. me junto con la musa día a día. Yo también me alicé el pelo, me hacían bullying por tener lo malo, igual que mi abuelo, y me llaman pa' modelo. Porque resulta que mi afro mola y que mi pelo es bello, bello. Como no ponerme más tacones altos, donde llegan los sueños que escriben este canto, para ser inmortal cuando me muera, para que mis nietos sientan orgullo de su abuela. Caminando sin mirar atrás, quiero vivir. Cambia el canal, actualízate y deja los prejuicios atrás. Trabajando hoy, caminando hoy, quiero vivir en paz. No me agarres, suéltame, suéltame a mi manera. A mi manera. Como yo quiera, como yo quiera. A mi manera, como yo quiera. Así que no, descansaré. Rompiendo barreras, cruzando fronteras. Vivir solo, dejar vivir sin protestar, vivir. A mi manera. Cantando son, dejando el corazón, alzando mi bandera. Sin normas, así viviré. La corriente yo no seguiré. A mi manera. ¿Y cómo te lo explico que es a mi manera? Sin normas, así viviré. Normas. Sin normas, así viviré.
Wow, well, they are Las Caramba, and well, they are going to be with us just in a couple of minutes. But well, I think so. We're going to start with our first guest that we have on, I think so, Whitney, over here.
Yeah, absolutely. So our next two guests tonight are TERESA GUANIQUE and DANIELA GALAN. So TERESA is the creator and director of FLAWA, a Festival of Latin American Women in the Arts, which displays the perception of women through Latin America film, music, literature, and arts. TERESA has studied sociology in Venezuela and is currently working to promote cultural spaces for Latin American women here in London. And Daniela is the founding director of Amalgama, a culture program and digital platform devoted to exhibiting and promoting women artists with Spanish, Portuguese, Central, and South American heritage. Daniela is also a Colombian artist and art historian from Goldsmiths University. Her career as an artist is focused on contemporary art practice, sculpture, and philosophy. And in addition to her artwork, her art and history research in Latin America has concentrated primarily on female artists. So Teresa and Daniela, thank you for coming here on the show and welcome. Could you tell us a bit about your organizations and what the main objectives are for them?
Yes, can I start?
Sure, of course.
Okay, hi. Well, FLAWA, the Festival of Latin American Women in Arts, is a multidisciplinary festival that works to create spaces for Latin American women based in London and abroad to showcase their work in different venues in London. We are trying to show the work of these women in areas where Latin American are not normally shown, like big cinemas or galleries or new venues that are not underground. So that's what we are trying to create. We try to discover artists to show the different new trends that are in the Latin American diaspora here, and sometimes coming from abroad or from our countries. We start in 2018 to work, to investigate, and in 2019 we had the launch of our first edition of the festival. With support of the Arts Council, embassies, and also the Film Hub London. It's a part of the BFI and Instituto Cervantes, as well as other organizations that were working with us and supporting us.
Oh, wonderful. And Daniela, how about you?
So I think Teresa, because it was she that inspired Amalgama in a sense. We were invited to curate the exhibition for FLAWA in 2018, and if it wasn't for her, like Amalgama wouldn't have existed actually as it is right now. Afterwards, we created the Amalgama as a nonprofit to promote female female artists from Latin American, Spain, and Portugal here in the UK. And we're focusing on 4 areas in a sense. We want to exhibit their work here. Also, we want to publish their work in written text and documents and documentations about their work. And we want to share their visions and share the Latin American art history with the UK audience. So we do a series of courses about Latin American artists, so people can learn more about these artists and educate themselves more about the Latin American art. And finally, we want to bring and create a community of people interested in purchasing them and supporting their career and learning more about Latin American art history. So you would see here the exhibition that we recently did here in London. So yeah, those are our main objectives with Amalgama.
Oh, Roger, you're on mute.
Sorry, yeah, I was in mute. It happens to everyone. Well, I want to just very briefly, how you want to promote these artists. Speaking of them, how you are promoting them.
Well,
if you want to start with Teresa.
Yeah, sorry, I am responding first. Well, the festival is once a year. But during the year, we have a couple of activities or some activities that we're trying to promote. We also have our social medias, FLAWA Festival. We try to show there and support the people that probably sometimes they write to us to tell us and to show us their work. And also we are now introducing, since mid last year, we are introducing some artists through our newsletter as well. So this newsletter is going bigger and bigger because it's like we are showing what they are doing through links or through the things that they are publishing now, that everything is online as well. Those are the things that I think that we are trying to do.
Yeah. And Amalgama, we have multiple way of publishing and promoting these artists. What we're aiming to do is we want to do collective exhibitions of emerging artists, and that's why we are doing open calls to emerging as established artists in order to showcase their work here in the UK. We were supposed to do one 2020, but we have to redesign it and postpone it to 2021 due to everything that is going on right now, unfortunately. But we will definitely do it as soon as we are able to do it. We had amazing a panel of jurors last time, like Oliver Basquiano from Art Review, or Susan from the Tate Modern Acquisition Committee. So we are gathering people that would allow us to choose them and exhibit them here in the UK. And we also want to do once a year a big exhibition of an established artist so we can showcase their work. We're also promoting their work through our courses and seminars. And also, last but not least, but on Instagram, for example, what we're doing is each week we're creating a theme of artists that we're sharing each day a different artist, and we choose an artist of the week and we choose a Friday inspiration, and each week is a different theme. So this week, for example, we have Spanish artists. Last week we had geometrical artists that we're working with geometric abstraction. So we're doing like many different tools and using many different tools so we can promote and share their work with their public.
Yeah, and actually it was like kind of a question that I have regarding to that part. It's like, how are you managing this situation? Because, well, 2021, it had been a challenging time for everyone in all the industries. And also, well, as Teresa, you were telling us, so for example, these festivals that they were like part of, well, just a lot of different things around this festival, a lot of participants, and of course, engaging people. And also, Daniela, well, you were mentioning the seminars, but well, of course, you're moving to webinars and you are trying to well, just to find the way to maintain it. How you have been, well, how have you managed all these kind of festivals and exhibition nowadays? Is there some virtual platform that you're exploring or something?
For example, with FLAWA in 2020, we discovered the importance and how relevant this Zoom and all the online things are. So we decided to put part of the festival online, just to keep showing that the work that we had been doing at that time from February until April, we kept doing, and some of the artists kept working for the festival, because at the beginning of this crisis, everybody thought that it was just a cool a cold, and that's it, and that we were going to be 2 months. So we kept working, but we realized that it was bigger than that. So we moved part of the festival to our online platform. But at the moment, what we are trying to do, we are going to have another event, multidisciplinary event in April, that we will inform very shortly. We are working to keep doing some online events, talks, and film screenings, music shows as well, from April to June, because the Arts Council at the moment is working under the idea that things are going to change and things are going to open in the second part of probably by the summer. We don't know. The festival has been moved to November 2021 with the hope that we are going to be able to see new bands, to see exhibitions, to see everything. The second part of all the program that is still waiting to be shown for the festival. But in the meantime, you can follow us and you can see us in our Facebook, our Twitter, and our Instagram. We are a little bit more active. The upcoming events are going to be published very soon. So yeah, you follow us there. That's what I can say at the moment.
Yeah, for us it was
what about you, Daniela?
A complete redesign as well, because last year we had planned 2 exhibitions, a group exhibition and a solo exhibition that we had to change, postpone. So last year, for the group exhibition, we tweaked it a bit, and we made a smaller exhibition with less artists, with 4 artists, that happened in Piccadilly at the end of the year. It was in this brief amount of time where things opened for like a brief period of time, but then we were introduced also to a platform that allowed us to make that exhibition digital. So we now have a virtual tour in the exhibition in Amalgama, artamalgama.com, which is our website. So you can go there and visit the exhibition. If you go there, here are our upcoming courses, but if you go a bit further down the website, here and where it says virtual textual codes, see the exhibition 3D virtual tour. It takes you to an actual virtual tour of the exhibition, and it allows you to engage with it as if you were in the actual show. So that was an awesome platform that we were introduced to, so people were able to feel as if they were in the gallery itself and explore the artworks and see the exhibition itself. And then we redesigned absolutely. So now we had venturing more into the webinars and Zoom seminars and more active engagement online and in social media. So we grew our database in social media significantly last year. You can follow us on Instagram at Women Artists Latin America. And so that was a great opportunity. So it was really, really good. I'm not saying that the pandemic was good for us, but it was a great opportunity to expand in the online world.
Well, it sounds very interesting because, well, now that Roger, he was presenting this, I felt like, yes, like we just need to make a Zoom in order that feel that all the people we are around the gallery, like at least. But you know what could be a good idea? Maybe it's like, maybe you already have it, but like a tour guide or something, like a Zoom call, and we can start like checking all with all
Yeah,
of us. That could be interesting, and
Absolutely.
also there is not be someone who is blocking you and you cannot see it. Like everybody can see perfectly.
We are
let me tell you.
absolutely planning that.
Let me tell you, this is an amazing. When I saw it, I said, "Yeah, you need to mention it." Obviously, like it's one of the. There's many galleries that doing this, but doing it yourselves is an amazing thing.
Absolutely, it was a great software that we were introduced to, and it gave us the opportunity to do that. And we are creating the Zoom events with the like talks from the curator and also the artists themselves, so we can guide them through the exhibition virtually and see like and stop, and you can see the artworks, and then you can engage also with the artists and ask them questions. So we are definitely organizing this for this semester as well. And in order for you to meet the artists and be a more like an approach with the artists and ask them questions. And it was great because when we did this exhibition in Piccadilly, we were limited to the London audience. But now we are not limited by the London audience. We can do it in Spanish, in Portuguese, in Latin America, and the US. So it allowed us to expand significantly, which was great.
Yeah, and actually we don't have to read, like sometimes you cannot read them, all the notes there, because if somebody's reading like and it's blocking you, so it's like you have to go around. So, but yeah, that part as well, you can interact also with all the people that they are like the creators of the different arts. Is like interesting that they can share with you their experiences and the reason why or what is behind all these kind of creations. Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. Yeah, so, and actually, well, I would like to invite you, Teresa and Daniela, as well. It's like if you have some news that maybe you would like to share. And for example, when you were talking, Teresa, about these new exhibitions or something that you're planning, let us know in order that we can engage people here, that they know that, well, they can go to your website, or there's any particular event, let us know also as well, Daniela. For example, these kind of fantastic tours that, well, if we have the opportunity to do them, it could be nice if you can share that information with us in order that we can share with the audience. And of course, well, creating this kind of well, the main goal that is to engage the people to the Latin American culture, but also at the same time support all these Latin American artists that we have.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Teresa and Daniela. Of course, I have seen that well already. I think so. Yvonne shared all the details from Amalgama and FLAWA, you know, that well, people, if you're interested, I strongly recommend you to go to the different websites, check the different information that is there in order that you can know more about these fantastic organizations. So thank you very much, Teresa. Thank you very much, Daniela. See you in a bit.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes. See you
Thank
in a bit.
See you in a bit.
For the invitation. Bye.
Bye-bye. So I think so. Whitney, it's over you.
No.
No.
No, it's over Roger. Sorry, Roger. Sorry, Roger. Yes.
I was
yes,
like,
yes.
I hope not.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
I just saw the face of Whitney. What?
Like saying, what? I don't have anything planned about this. Okay, no, apologies.
Now for me, it's time to present, obviously, our next guest. She's Sylvia Lockhart. Is a fine art photographer. She's been very successful career in the marketing industry in New York City. Sylvia returned to university in the USA to pursue a BA in Spanish Cultural Studies and Art Story. She's a member of the Royal Photographic Society, and she's having an extensive worldwide travel that has led her to have a creative journey and discovery of the fine art photography. She's been in many galleries. Please welcome Sylvia Lockhart.
Hi, thank you.
Welcome to the Latin America Show.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Thanks for having me.
Tell us about how the journey started.
Gosh, I've always been interested in photography, but the fine art aspect really, I think, began on a trip to northern Norway 7 years ago when I traveled with family and some friends to photograph the Northern Lights. And it was an incredible experience. And it was in that environment that I really began to explore the idea of abstract photography and fine art photography, and distancing myself a bit more from just the realistic landscape photography that I had done up until that time.
Wow,
And
that's
in
Yep,
that way,
yeah,
sorry,
Enrique.
and in that way, it's like, for example, we have seen some of of course, the journey started with this trip that you said. However, it's like, what are your motivations? Because, well, I have seen part of your, of the different pictures that well, also the ones that Roger presented. And well,
Yes.
what is your main motivation, your main driver?
Gosh, that's a good question. You know, I've always been involved in the arts in one way or another. And I think photography, and especially digital photography, has allowed me to truly explore just yes, like those images you're showing, just really explore each moment, each, whether it's a sunset, whether it's a trip, and try to really link it to either my emotions in that moment, or an image, a feeling that I want to convey, but also open it up to the viewer and allow them to explore, in a way, create images that are more open-ended, and not necessarily me really telling them, this is the image and this is what you need to learn from it. So really have the viewer decide how they react to it.
Well, actually, that is very interesting, because, well, it's like and actually it was close to my next question, but actually my next question, I think, is quite dumb, because it's like, how or why did you decide also to create this abstract photography? But of course, it's like, it's interesting. So I would like to change that part a little bit, just like asking you, it's like, you were saying about the moment and everything. It's like, how did you decide that that is the picture that you really like it, or the one that you said, because it's in the moment, and you decide, no, I have to take it again or not. So it's like,
I take many. I do, you know, it's an image. I'll have an image in my mind. I'll have an image that I want, that I'm looking for to be able to create in a particular environment, whether it's in the Arctic North, whether it's in a coastline, in a sunset, in a sunrise. And it's just exploring, honestly, thousands of photographs until I find one that really speaks to me, and meaning that it's captured the image that I had in my mind. So it's the motivation is very much about the moment and the image that I have in my mind that I want to try and create with the camera. So it's, you know, you'll see one, but usually I take thousands of photographs.
it's like me. The only difference is that maybe I take thousands of photographs, but all of them, they are rubbish. Even they are 1,000, and I have to delete them, all of them. So I cannot choose any of them. So yeah, basically, but so you are doing it in a professional way. Okay, yeah.
I have a question about like your approach. Like, what is the essence of your approach to this like minimalist photographic style?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because when I started in photography, it was very much about the landscape, the realism of nature, being able to capture the beauty of a flower, of a tree. But again, I realized that in a way was limiting me. And I found, again, in particular with the advance of digital photography, that it really liberated me to be able to take that flower and transform it in a way, and transform it in a way that either it could be like one of the photographs you showed is of trees. And, you know, actually, there's another one you haven't shown that's incredibly abstract. And when I've shown that in art shows, I've just loved hearing people's reactions, because they have, you know, they come up with a myriad of different suggestions for what it could be. And it's that, like that one, for instance. Yeah. So it's creating a conversation, which I find personally more meaningful than simply showing a beautiful landscape, which everybody loves and everybody can relate to in some way. But I just find that with abstract photography, you can potentially go much deeper and touch people in a very different way. So I don't know if that answered your question.
Oh, it did. Thank you.
Yeah, and obviously that your answer leads a bit more about the question I wanted to ask you. Is as a photographer, how you need to jump from what you say of reality of art.
Hmm.
How was it? Because as a photographer, I'm a photographer colleague as well. How was it?
Gosh, I think a little bit was serendipity, a little bit was accidental, to be honest. And a little bit was just, I think, you know, in particular in that trip I did to Northern Norway, which is really where this started. It was a critical moment in my personal journey as an artist, because I was literally within the Arctic Circle in a tiny island, Northern Norway, very few people, very isolated in many ways. And I think when I removed all of the normal life distractions, it really allowed me to connect with something very deep. And that allowed me to feel okay with taking a photograph that was incredibly abstract, and still find some meaning in that. And when I made that personal connection, I wanted to explore that. And it was that exploration that I've been on for the past 7 years. And it's been wonderful hearing people's reactions, even if they don't like the work, even if it doesn't talk to them, it's still a reaction. It's still
And not only that,
communication.
exactly the reaction. And the next question is very connected. Do you edit your photography? It's more pure technique?
I tend to.
They're edited?
They're very minimal, and only not because I'm against post editing or any of that, but mostly because my approach is to really try and capture the moment. So I really want to try and represent what a particular moment in time meant for me, as well as representing whatever colors or shapes I had seen in nature. So editing them afterwards would in a way misrepresent the core motivation I had for taking that photograph. So that's really why I don't really do much work on them at all. No.
That is nice. That is nice you say that, because obviously in the world of phones and everyone thinks is a photographer and they put all the filters. And at the very end, the technique is very important. And obviously as a photographer, the less you want to edit it and be more pure is the essence.
Yes, exactly. But at the same time, you know, I've seen, you know, these, and I have photographer friends who are incredible artists in post editing, and that's a whole other world and other skill set. So, and I don't have that. I don't think I have the patience for that either.
I have a question for you. Like, how has your work evolved since COVID?
Oh, gosh. Well, you know, it's interesting. During the first lockdown, the first few months, actually, I put my camera aside. I definitely did not have much creative ambition during those first few weeks, but I was actually beginning to move away a little bit from abstract work. And but then as time progressed, actually, I sort of revisited it with a different angle. And I've really tried to go even more minimalist, if that's possible. So I think gone back to really trying to capture the essence of minimalism in photography and really push those boundaries. And in a way mimic our simpler lives that we have now. And just in a way honor that by really trying to capture the essence of a moment. Again, I go back to that, just trying to capture the essence of a moment and see how that can relate to somebody.
Well, it was the experience, actually. I think so it was quite similar when you were like in the circle, in the polar circle, because well, it was like completely insulated, and well, it's like, yeah, you have lived the same experience, different place.
Different place, definitely.
Yeah, and actually talking about this place and everything, and well, as part of your different photographies, they are in different landscapes or different places that we can visit. Do you have any favorite ones that you said, well, maybe I was expecting this, however, it was outstanding, or some places that you said, I highly recommend you to visit this place because it's just amazing.
Yeah. I go back to the same thing, the Nordics, Scandinavia. I mean, I've been to northern Sweden and Iceland. That was that first trip, actually. I think it was minus 20 degrees that day. And you can see, I mean, there is a house there, but that in the background, but I think it was just an old barn. The Scandinavian countries, I think, have really touched me deeply. Both the landscape itself, it's very rugged. The colors in the winter are just beautiful. And obviously, I've been very fortunate to see the Northern Lights on pretty much every trip I've done up north. So I would go every year if I could.
Well, not this one, but yeah.
Not this
but
one.
Not last one. Yeah, not last one. Hopefully this one. Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think so. Yes, it's an extraordinary, extraordinary pictures that we are seeing now. It's like
yeah.
And well, that leads of the next question. What's up for 2021 for Sylvia?
Gosh. Well, definitely no trips, unfortunately. But like I said, I have thousands of photographs to look through. And I'm hoping, I have a show coming up in a gallery in the US. So I'm hoping I can get there. And so I'll be planning for that in the month of July and August. So I'll be mostly focusing on those two this year.
Where in the US?
And in Maine, northeastern US.
Oh, it's so pretty. Oh,
it's beautiful there.
Hope you get to go.
Yes, me too.
And well, it's like, I know that, well, it's like you are a professional one. However, it's like, well, what kind of tips or advice you can give us to all that we are amateur, that you could say something like, well, maybe we want to take pictures. Of course, I know that it's not something that, well, like you are doing from one day to another one, but what kind of tips you can give to the audience?
Gosh, I think honestly, just go with your gut. Just forget about having the latest equipment and the latest technology. I think it's very much just go with your heart and just photograph truly what speaks to you. And I think that really does translate to people's reactions. I think when you're honest and true to what you want to photograph, go for it.
You know what, I think it's a good advice because, well, you know what, my hand shakes a little bit when I'm trying to take a picture. So I'm going to say that it was intentional, that it was like I was capturing that time, that with movement and everything. So that was intentional. It's not that my hand was shaking. I will take that one when people criticize my pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna say you are the newcomer, Enrique, on the fine arts.
I don't think so because I don't take like particular places. It could be like quite boring, but well, but it's gonna be like abstract. Definitely, yes. It would look like.
Good. Well, I can't wait.
Yeah. Yes. So, well, thank you very much, Sylvia. It has been a pleasure having you here. And actually, it has been just amazing watching all this, or well, looking all these pictures, because, well, actually, as you said, and it's interesting because when we were doing all the promo, we were checking the pictures, etc. And yes, they inspire you and they create something like when you are watching. It's like sometimes you don't know what it is exactly, as you said. Yeah. But the mix of the colors and how it's like everything collated, they are like just really, really, really nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And well, of course, well, if people they are interested, where they can look more of your work.
Really, my website is the best. I'm not the best in social media, I have to be honest. So my website is probably the best place to go. Right there, sylvialockhart.photography.com.
Excellent. So thank you very much, Sylvia, and well, I'd like to see you in a bit then.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So well,
Bye.
it's like as we were saying at the beginning of the show, and actually, it's like we have a fantastic group of women that well they are presenting tonight, and well, you have listened the fantastic music that they have in this combination, and tonight we have the honor to have some of them here. We have Evin, Angie, Ailey, Nati, and Rita, and they are from different countries. They are from Venezuela, Panama, Argentina, and Spain. And they are Las Carambas. So, well, it's like you have heard them before, and well, we have it here in the show with us. So, hello, ladies, how are you?
Yeah.
Hello,
You
everybody.
know what?
Okay, so I said very quick your names, but of course, I would like that you introduce yourself and say, and if you can tell us which country you're from, also.
Yes. So I'm Avin Bruno, and I'm from Venezuela. I'm Angie, I'm from
Venezuela.
I am Aileen Bruno, I am from Venezuela too.
I am Natasha from Argentina.
And I'm from Catalonia, and I'm Rita.
Okay, well, very welcome, ladies. Is someone missing? Are we missing someone?
Yes, we are missing Lily. She's from Cuba.
Lily from Cuba. Ah, yeah, the one that is like in the backside when you are singing. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I pay attention to the video. Yes, yeah. So, yeah, I actually I know almost. Yeah, it's like I know that. Well, the singer is Avin. Yeah. Later on, we have Angie. That I think so. Angie, you're touching the flute, right? Yeah. And we have Ailey that well, you're taking the percussions. Well, not the percussions. The how do you call them? Congas. Yeah, the congas. Nati, you're playing the keyboard. Yeah.
Yes.
And Rita, you are playing the percussions. Timbales. Oh, timbales. Well, yeah, timbales. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember. So, well, basically, well, I would like to say, first of all, thank you very much. And I understand that, well, it's like you're a fairly new band, and from many parts of the world, like we have said, the different countries. And I don't know if you can explain us a little bit about how you brought all together, because we know from which countries you are from, or how you create this band with this amazing mixture of countries.
Yes, so as you mentioned, it's a multicultural band, and we are thank you. Like we have this opportunity, to have all these different countries, also way of living. Each one of us have different personalities and different backgrounds. So that's what actually bring up into the music. I think that's the main essence of the sound of the band, because of this diverse sounds, and cultural things that we have in the band. That's why we can bring up into the music. So yes, so as you mentioned, she's from Spain, Venezuela, Cuba, and we bring up all these sounds into the music. This project started in 2018 in Barcelona, where we all live in right now. Yeah.
How did you meet each other?
Well, some of us knew each other. Other were by calling like, "Hey, you should play with her," or
maybe a jam,
a jam session. Yes, or some concerts we were playing together.
Or from the music scene, we may have shared with each other in other projects, and then we came to know each other.
I have a question for you guys. It's about your music, which is, like all of your origins and backgrounds is very rich and diverse. And could you please talk about the genres, like the type of music, because I know there's multiple ones, and how each of your backgrounds have helped form and shape your sound and style?
Yes, so I think growing up, growing up listening to different genre music, I think that's have been a really important thing for us, all of us, because that practice gave us, you know, a lot of references and sources, you know, and now we yeah, that style, that mainly our sound is Cuban music. That's what we focus on, and
The principal.
that's the main one. And of course, all the sounds that comes from the whole band, you know, Argentina, Venezuela, Panama, Cuba, we put that sounds and we try to mix it with the sounds of cha-cha-cha,
Timba,
salsa,
bolero,
rap
rap,
music,
trap,
R&B.
R&B.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've seen that. Yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you.
Well, I've got a very interesting question. Obviously, we were proud to have all of you here. Another unique aspect of your band is you're comprised exclusively of women. Are there any reasons for that? Or do you have any? Did you face any challenges as a woman, like all-woman band?
No, really
Podemos
no.
decir que es una pregunta.
No. De que sí.
Es una pregunta. No, lo he entendido perfectamente, pero no sé cómo decirlo.
that
Es una
is-
pregunta que
¿cómo se
que
dice?
nos hacen
Curiosidad.
mucho.
By curiosity, I mean, there is not any
This-
reason in particular.
But this
Genre.
style in the history always displayed by men because
Ajá, se soltó.
my English is so bad. It's so
No
bad.
worries.
Okay, no, it's
I
okay.
No worries.
I say, como dice Celia Cruz, my English is not very good looking. But I try.
No, but
Uh,
the whole thing is amazing. Is, as you say, there's bands only for men, but this time
Yeah.
it's only women. Did you face
yeah,
any
yeah.
challenges? It's been difficult for you girls for having more work or open the doors?
Podría normalizar que las bandas de mujeres también fueran
Yeah.
lo normal. No sé
Yeah, we're kind of trying to make it a normal thing, not to make it like something strange to be
It's
abandoned.
not a
all
challenge.
women.
It's not a. It's just curiosity.
It's
Yes.
just to show that we can play the same music as men and enjoy it and make it a good quality music.
And let me tell you, it's amazing. I live alone, and I was dancing with the door of my fridge because I don't have a partner. But yeah, I love them.
It has to be a big fridge, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big fridge.
Another interesting thing is, I think a lot of us are dying to know, what is the reason behind the name Las Caramba and its significance to you?
Yes. So actually, it was suggested by one of our godfathers since day one.
Yes.
Yes, and he's very supportive. His name is Tony Saigi Jubi. He's
Yes.
a really good producer and piano player. In the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, he created this band alongside with over there Carmen Canela.
the singer.
They created this band with different sound like
Juan Luis
merengue
Guerra style.
yeah, that sound. And they are not. I don't think they are anymore.
No.
They're
And the name of that band in 80s is Karamba, without less.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And then some, like our manager said, there is another band called Caramba in Cuba. So it's better if you add Las Caramba. So that's how we come up with.
Okay, but it's good that you are
Caramba.
mentioning that. It's good that you are mentioning that. So the audience, they do not get confused, please. Just if you are going to Google, is Las Caramba, like that.
Yes.
Yeah, and I well, With K, yes, of course,
Yeah,
with K.
K,
Las
K.
Caramba, with K, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, it's like I have listened the different lyrics that you have in your music. That it's very interesting, and I think so. Or I don't know if I'm trying to understand something, but I think so. You are trying to represent an important message. I know that the lyrics they are in Spanish, and I just want if you could share with the audience what kind of message is the main one that you have in your songs.
Yes,
It's different.
yeah, it's about the music industry, like how small it is. We would like to make a change. So talks about the way of living, talks about the role of the woman through the history, um, about fighting, breaking boundaries. That's one of the main subjects of our lyrics, and of course for the bailador, para los bailadores, for the dancers, also for the lovers.
always love is we all we need.
Yes, love, that's all we need.
And love.
And also for the revolutionary, and of course the younger people. For there is not an age. It's for everybody. Doesn't matter the color, gender, for everybody.
I love that.
And actually, well, the rhythm is, let me tell you, it's extraordinary, and it's really nice. And talking about, for example, these challenges, etc. It's like, what is Las Caramba dream? What do you want to do? Change the world? Becomes like the most famous in the industry, or what is the dream that you have?
Be a millionaire.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, remember, just once you will be a millionaire, remember that you were in this show, and please invite us to your concerts. We would like the VIP tickets and the...
I think that's your dream, Enrique.
To be millionaire?
No, well, no.
No. To be in the...
Well, of course I would like to
yeah.
be there. Yes, I would like to be there. Yes, of course. Yeah.
We all want to be millionaires. Heck, why be a millionaire if you could be a billionaire? But
Yo lo voy a decir en español que soy sí. Que cuando nosotros muramos haber dejado como un legado de que
Yeah, so I think our dreams, like our dearest dream, is to leave a legacy. To have a legacy. Some people, but mostly. So like we have
open the mind
or open and all the doors,
and then the young ladies and the young generation the girls in special that they want to be that one, how to say, ellas, o sea, que pueden ser lo que quieran ser.
Whatever they want. Whatever they want, they could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a great goal to have, because I think more and more you're seeing more women like have like power and be powerful and be more present, not just in the media, but around the world. So I think that's a wonderful goal.
Yeah. And also, like, we are very used to, like, in Latin America, we have this culture like machista. I don't know if we understand. So, there is a lot of that, and we try to break through that, to break those stereotypes of how to look, to a woman than just being a sexual object, more than that. So, yes.
Yeah, and actually, but well, it's like you are sending this message with a good rhythm, that people, they can dance and they can sing. So it's like, yeah, because sometimes these kind of songs, they are like quite sad or depressive, but you're putting all this rhythm, people, they can dance, they can enjoy it, and you're delivering a message that is quite important. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Everything have to be fun. So we try to be, that our audiences can understand and also enjoy as much as we do.
Yeah.
And because I mean, it's more easy when you speak with rhythms and with diferente que without,
it's easier with rhythm than it's easier with rhythm than just without the rhythm. When you speak, people feel that that feel, so it's easier
And actually, with rhythm, we are singing the songs and everything because we are dancing and we're repeating the chorus and everything. So yeah, no, but that's right.
Yes.
And I just think, especially during the pandemic, music has played such an important role in a lot of our lives. And, you know, obviously the pandemic has affected the music scene the last year and possibly a little bit more this year. Do you have any like concerts coming up, or what are your future endeavors like in the next year, despite the pandemic and the challenges that brings?
Yeah, so we were very challenging. Like, last year was a very challenging year for us because we had a lot of concerts going on and we suddenly just drop off, like no any concert, all canceled. But we try to use that time efficiently. You know, we recorded our first album coming up soon on March 4th.
Yes.
March 4. March 4.
So yes, and we have that. Also, we have some concerts coming up on February and March in Barcelona, Spain.
Ooh.
Okay. And this, sorry,
Wow.
and about this release that we're gonna have this new album, or well, new songs that we're going to launch. Is there some new music that we're expecting? New songs?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to come here, girls, and you have to present it here.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course, you have to present to the show, and we would like to watch the video and to listen to music, of course. Yeah.
Please,
We
please,
will be happy to do it.
please. We will be there too soon.
And
We hope to soon.
You have to,
and also that leads to the next question: where we can find you girls? Where is your social media? Where we can find you?
Venga, Aiden, arráncate. Dale, que- ¿Dónde nos puedes encontrar?
Social media.
You follow us.
You can
You
follow
can,
us.
you can follow us at YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
Spotify.
Spotify,
Yeah.
with the name Las Caramba
Las Caramba.
Las Caramba with K.
Yes. In all the platform, on all the digital platform. Yeah, you can find us.
So it's going to be very easy. As I said, with you, just with the name, just Google it, and then Facebook everywhere. I recommend you the work of this amazing band. I was stunning. I was dancing with the fridge. Well, look, so it's because when I was listening to music, and then I say, yeah, you've got the rhythm, and I don't have a partner. Okay, I grab the fridge. That's what you do when you're in a
Go there and
in lockdown.
Dance with the fridge.
And actually, like, well, here we have some commentaries as well. They are people saying that, well, amazing music, that, well, they are actually saying like azúcar. When we were listening your first song, they were saying azúcar, as Celia Cruz was saying.
Celia Cruz.
And later on, we have here one of our yeah, one of our friends that, well, he's from India, well, originally from India. So, well, Abhijit, well, he's putting like the phrases fuego, Latin picante. So, well, of course.
Yeah,
I
so
love
soon
this.
we're gonna see. Soon we're gonna see all these people dancing your songs. You will see it.
Yes. And we have a Spotify playlist on the show. So for you guys to know and for our audience, we will be adding the music that's already on Spotify. And once your album comes out, we will add that music so all of our followers can listen to it as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And of course, well, we are waiting to have your new material the 4th of March. If you can share with us, let us know, please, in order that, well, we can share with the audience and also following your career, because, well, it's like, I'm pretty sure that you will be very famous, and we would like to say, Las Caramba, as you can see them in this show, there they are, receiving the Grammy or something like that.
Thank you so much. The name of the album is Camino Así.
Ah,
Camino así.
March
Camino
4. March 4.
March 4th, yeah.
June 10.
Yes. So about this Thursday.
Yeah,
This
this Thursday.
Yes.
We release
the
a
first song.
single.
See the first single
Ah,
of
okay.
the album, Margarita, is the name,
Okay.
and it's a cha cha cha. Creo que lo tocamos en el Eurosonic.
Yeah, we played at
por
the
el-
Eurosonic. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, brilliant.
Well,
Well, if you can,
anyway, it was a
Ryan.
delight. I can imagine what you're creating. It was a delight. Just the first song we listened at in the program, it was salsa. Then it was like rap. Then it was I wanted to dance. It's amazing rhythms that you're having. I cannot wait to hear the next.
Thank
the
you so
next
much.
Las
This is
Carambas.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
girls, thank you very much for being here. I know that, well, you have something to do, yeah, because we agree that. So it's like, thank you very much, girls. It's like a pleasure for us. And of course, well, we would like to continue tracking what is happening in your career. And of course, you are very welcome anytime that you would like to come here to the Latin America show.
Thank you.
Thanks
And
so much. Thank you.
if you continue this show, please, for the other artists. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
and follow us also. You can follow us in our social networks. We have Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, in these times of lockdown, even a like helps. Even a play on Spotify helps. Every little helps. So slowly, you knowing more artists. So I recommend. These girls are amazing, and we're gonna see more music about Las Carambas.
Well, best luck, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Roger, so then let's go to another song from Las Caramba.
Yes.
Claro.
Enjoy that.
El ritmo de la sabana se baila así. El ritmo de la sabana se baila así. Tú no lo puedes apurar. Eso se baila así. Tú no lo puedes apurar. Sin prisa pero sin pausa debes respetar. La regla de la sabana no es como en ciudad. Goza de cada instante. El tempo debes cambiar. Camina poco a poquito así disfrutas más. Yo que habito Barcelona debo confesar. Los segundos son minutos, no te esperará. La gente vive estresada, les cuesta hasta saludar. Mejor yo me voy para el campo, ese es mi lugar. ¿Cómo dice? El ritmo de la sabana se baila así. Pausao. El ritmo de la sabana se baila así. Tú no lo puedes apurar. Eso se baila así. Tú no lo puedes apurar. Eso se baila así. Pasito a pasito. Sin apresurar. Eso se baila así. Tú no lo puedes apurar. ¿Por qué tienes tanta prisa? ¿Quién te despenca? Las horas lejos del ruido te dan libertad. La calma te abre camino.
Hey, well, they are Las Caramba, and well, it's like, well, we have like this full house that, well, with all these fantastic women tonight. So, well, it's like a, yeah, here we have all of them. So, yes, like, thank you very much to Las Caramba. And as Abhijit also saying, you are like the Latina Spice Girls and much, much better.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
the people didn't saw it on the live, but Enrique, we was dancing. Yeah, woo!
Hard not
Yes.
to.
And you as well.
So, well, thank you very much, girls. I know that, well, that you have to go. So, well, it's like now, thank you very much. Best of luck for you. all of
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Gracias.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao, bye.
Thank you. Gracias.
So, well, it's like now I think so it's time to go with this amazing Spanish teacher,
Oh,
I guess. No?
gosh.
Yeah. So before we go, let's
Yes.
go with Whitney Nuchereno.
Okay, one moment, please. I'm just changing the background a little
Oh
bit. Okay.
my God,
So,
Whitney, you are not prepared.
I am prepared. I am prepared.
Okay.
She
I'm
hasn't
always
said to
prepared.
us, mute guys, mute guys. She hasn't said
I
it.
know, yes. Okay, everyone, microphones and mute. That's the one good thing about teaching online. You can put your students on mute. It's like the quietest classes I've ever given. All right. So for the second half of tonight's segment, we're going to just get into some slang for most of the countries that were represented tonight. And obviously, we talk about this all the time, how Spanish is spoken in many different countries. And generally, there's more than one word to say the same thing. And this is both in regular everyday words and also in slang. And so here's some slang, and I decided to use Venezuela, Cuba, Colombia, Argentina for some of the words, not all of them. So one of them is ¿qué tal? And that means, and again, good review on greetings, what's up? Like, hey, what's going on? So in, you could see it as que hubo or que hubo, like the second one is written below in Venezuela, Colombia. Que bola, hacer que bola hacer, as they say in Cuba. And in Argentina, como andas or como andas, because remember in Argentina, they generally use the voceo instead of the tu. And in some countries, like Argentina, Uruguay, and I believe Paraguay, they substitute for the two, but not in all countries if a country does use voceo. But we'll get into that another episode. And then another one, I love the word cool, chévere. These are just a few. I'm sure there are other possible words to say cool or chévere or que guay, que chévere. As you can see in Venezuela and Colombia, you can say chévere, bacán, bacano, even chimba. Bacán, bacano depends on if you're saying like if a person is cool or if a thing is cool. And then chévere again in Cuba. And then copado. So in Argentina, you could say algo es muy copado. Instead of muy copado, they say re copado, because re is like muy. And sometimes they'll even say like barbaro as well. Oops, that just moved to another slide. My apologies. I don't know what just happened there. Okay, so the next one is, yes, amigo. So with this word, it means friend. And obviously you have a couple of the countries here where the word is quite unique in the slang, which is pana. In Venezuela, or parcero, parcera, in Colombia. And we talked about this in Cuba a long time ago. I tried to use words from past episodes because I know we have a lot of new viewers out there, and this is a good review. Socio. So socio normally means like a business partner, but it can be used as like a close friend in Cuba. And then a few more. Dinero, money. Okay, so here are a few ways to say it. In Venezuela, bolo is slang for the currency bolivar. In Colombia, one of the words that maybe some of you might know is plata. We have el baro in Cuba, and then mango, which is funny because in Cuba it means like hot, like tremendo mango. I always laugh when I hear that. And it also can mean the fruit. But if you were to say, yo no tengo mango, eso significa no tengo dinero, si estás en Argentina. And then last two, comer. This is kind of a review. We talked about how in Cuba it's jamar, and morfar in Argentina, because it comes from the word Italian morfa, which is mouth. And as we know, there's quite a bit of Italian immigration and influence on not just the language, but the accent as well. And then finally, cosa. Cosa, it's one of those words I hate because my students use it all the time if they can't think of a word. But it's used a lot and it means thing. And vaina is like, esa vaina, like that thing. Or in Argentina, you could say the word coso, which is very similar. So again, that's just a comparison of a lot of the words that you've already seen if you've been watching post episodes, just to see compare and contrast. And that's what I'll be doing on episodes. We have guests from multiple countries just to kind of see how the language can be very similar and can be different. So those are a few examples. There are more, I'm sure. And to find out more, please go to my website, makingspanishsimple.com. And in the comments, I'm going to throw my YouTube channel. And please, please, please subscribe. That'd be great. And I'm constantly putting up new videos and articles on my website and YouTube. And that's
And
it.
actually, coso, I think so. Sometimes in Mexico means everything. And actually, we have some stores that, well, you go and you ask to the clerk, do you have
Give me that
a
coso.
coso that is coming with the other thingy that you put in the toilet? And actually, that guy always knows what is that coso. So that is amazing. Yeah, always that one.
Imagine if you go here in England, you give me the coso is in the toilet.
No, I think they are going to serve you the complete toilet, and it's like, here you have it. Yeah.
That word is banned from my classes because like you could just call everything una cosa, and I'm like, no, know the word, but it's used a lot actually, so it's important to know it.
Yeah, actually, Roger and myself were laughing about socio because also socio. We will let you know later how another meaning that has in Mexico. It's not a bad word. It's not a bad word. Yeah, but it's like the way that we use it is like and it's like a partner. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, or any type applicable to all situations.
That's the risk. Like there's some words in some countries where I'm saying them on the show and I'm like, oh, this is risky because I know it means something really bad in another country.
Oh, yeah, depends the country actually.
Yeah. To the country I'm referring to.
Yeah, that's interesting with Spanish. Yeah. So, well, actually, I would like to say, sorry?
I can see Daniela, she was laughing.
Also Sylvia. I saw Sylvia also that she was laughing about some of the terms. And well, I would like to say thank you very much to Teresa, to Daniela, and to Sylvia for being tonight with us. It has been very interesting to know more about your organization and your work, Sylvia. Well, the work that the three of us were doing every day and the different challenges. And please be in touch with us in order that maybe we can link with the audience and tell them when they are like some upcoming events that you're going to do, or exhibitions, virtual exhibitions, webinars, etc.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you for having us here. And it was lovely to share with all of you.
Thank you very much, Daniela. And
yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you to all of you.
Yeah, thank you, Teresa. So, well, it's actually, I think so, Roger, do you have the latest events? Actually, talking about events? You don't have this slide.
Yeah, we're talking about, I know. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I read the emails, by the way, because otherwise.
Okay, what are the uncommon events that we have here?
Well, our friends of Latin Indian events give us these events. If you want to keep dancing, there's two places, two live streams, and every Thursday in Mixcloud by the salsa legend Dominic Valquier, and also latinradio.co.uk is a live stream. You know, live streams now these days are the best. So you have these two, which I'm gonna publish on the Facebook, so you can follow those, and you can listen more music. And like me, dancing with the fridge.
Perfect, my dear Roger, that's fantastic. So well, it's like. It's time to go. We did it. 1 hour 30 minutes. I think it's the first time that we made it. Yeah. So thank you very much, Roger Alarcon.
Well, thank you very much. I enjoy this program. All our guests, fantastic woman. All of you. Thank you very much for being today in this program, and see you next week.
Thank you, Mary Roger. Whitney Nuchereno.
Yeah, just to echo Roger, I loved the energy. I thought that was really fun. I love the fact that it was all women. That was really special. And I will see you next week. I'm not even entirely sure, so I won't spoil it. I'll let Enrique talk about what we're doing next week.
Don't worry, I already did some of the parts as well. Is that we are going to talk about a particular tradition that we have in Mexico. So we're going to have an extraordinary chef, and also we're going to talk about Costa Rica. We're going to talk some of the amazing places that you can visit there. So what Don says, remember the Latin America show is every Tuesday, 8 o'clock London time. You can follow us in all our social networks. I just want to remind you to participate in the challenge that we have with our Peru. So upload your videos in the event section. There's one particular event that is the challenge. Go there, upload your videos, ask the people, to your friends to vote for you. And let's see next Tuesday. This is the Latin America show. My name is Enrique Gelista. Thank you very much and see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.